zeolite process, and sometimes this process is also known as the permuted process, because the trade name or the brand name of zeolite is permuted actually. That's why it is also known as the permuted method. And basically zeolites, as see, you can recall your +2 chemistry, or where in your class 11th you have studied the silicates, right? So these zeolites actually are the silicates. They are sodium aluminosilicates, and they may have the some other different composition also. And if you bifurcate this zeolite, then you will find geo plus light. Geo stands for the earth and light stands for the stone. So basically it's a stone or the rocky material. So zeolites are the natural, and if but natural zeolites have some limitations. They are non-porous structure. They have the non-porous structure. That means they cannot filter the water. So these natural zeolites are not as such used for the water softening method. Okay. Example of this natural zeolite is the natrolite, which is the formula having Na2O, Al2O34, SiO2, and water of crystallization is also there. Okay. And the sodium and the aluminiums are actually there in the cavities of the zeolite structure, which is having the microporous and the zeolite structure, but not the natural one. So second, see, since it is not having the it is not having, natural zeolite is not having the gel structure or the porous properties. So what we can do, we can make these zeolites in the lab also, and when we synthesize these zeolites in the lab, so we can actually give the porosity to the zeolite structure. And when they have the pores actually, or you can consider the honeycomb like structure. You must have seen the honeycomb structure. In the honeycomb structure, there are lots of cavities are there, and through which actually the honey drops. Okay. Similarly, in microporous, in zeolite also, if they have the honeycomb-like structure, so water can filter through it. Okay, and these sodium zeolites are generally used for the softening of the water. And generally, see, it is not necessary to write, or it is not mandatory to write these Apti formula again and again. So what we can do, see, active ion is what? Sodium ion is the active, which would be replaced at the cost of the hardness causing ions present in the water sample. So it is sufficient to write Na here, right? And Ze stands for the remaining part, that means the silicate part, and for the aluminium part, right? Okay. And it is very important to understand, since these zeolites are the earthy material, so they are not soluble in the water, right? So in the process, when water is passed through the bed of the zeolite placed in a closed container, the hardness causing ions like calcium and magnesium, they are taken up by the pores of the zeolites, where actually the sodium or potassiums are there. And when these magnesium and calcium are taken up by the zeolite cavities or the honeycomb structure, then they release sodium from the water. So treated water would have the additional sodium salts, right, as the byproduct. Okay. So whatever I have written here, see, right, I have taken this picture from certain book actually. So this is the simple cross section diagram. Okay, and in this diagram you can see the raw water or the hard water is actually coming from here, right? And you can see here, forget about this part, I'll explain later this particular part. This is actually zeolite bed. Zeolite bed means your sodium zeolite, that means the sodium silicates, they are present here actually. And in the bottom you can see the gravels are there. Gravels, you know, they are little large size of the stones actually, round shape, beautifully round and smooth. These gravels are there, and when water actually flows through it, so you can understand here the zeolite, the chemical formula of the zeolite, the honeycomb structure, where your say sodium ions are there. So hard water which are coming from here, actually the water which is coming here, you can understand in that manner. See, in this water actually the calcium ions are there, Ca2 positive. Okay, or it may have the magnesium ions also. So I can write Mg2 positive here. Okay, and when this water flows, these magnesium and calcium ions are actually trapped in the honeycomb structure of the zeolite. And when you have the soft water, treated water would here, so this zeolite actually will release the sodium from here, because zeolites are what? Sodium silicates. Sodium ion would be there. So treated water would have here sodium salt, dissolved sodium salts. So this is the scenario of your say zeolite method. Now you can see this particular part which is there in the left hand side. This is the sodium chloride solution, And this sodium chloride solution is actually, if the sodium chloride solution is having the concentration between 10 to 30%, then it is known as the brine solution. So see, what is the need of putting that chamber here, or that regenerator here? See, once actually this you actually once you do the process and you get the soft water, so after some time what would happen? All the sodium ions which was there actually, right, which were there in the zeolite, they will come out. And in the zeolite, then you will have the calcium and magnesium only. And whenever these zeolites would have the calcium and magnesium, then they lose their capacity of water softening, because their honeycomb structures are completely trapped by this one. So what we can do, we can regenerate or reclaim this zeolite. For this, actually we pass the sodium chloride solution from here. So sodium chloride would come, or will sprinkle down from here, right? And the reverse reaction would occur, since the concentration of the sodium ions would be larger in that case. So in the honeycomb structure, your sodium and potassium would be trapped, and your calcium and magnesium ion would come out, right, as the sludge. So this second part is actually the regeneration of your zeolite bed. Okay. Okay, so this what I have explained, this is written here. And these are the formula of the sum of the zeolite. You can see this is analkyme, and the short term is what? This is ANA, and this is the formula for this one. And see, you can see the silicon aluminium ratio in that case, 1.5 your silicon and 2.8 is the aluminium. And main cation in that case is the sodium. Okay. So similarly, you can see the different name. Natrolite is also there. So it is not necessary for you to learn to remember all the things. You can actually learn 2 or 3 formula from there for your examination point of view. And in all the cases, what you are noticing, sodium, sodium, potassium, sodium, potassium, sodium, potassium, these are there actually. So only those zeolite we will use in which calcium ion would not be there. So this natrolite, if it is having the gel-like properties, porous structure, right? So you can use this particular one, right? Or say you can use this actually analkyme, because it is having only sodium, not having any other ion. While this, you can see your savagite and your clino, petrolite, and your heulandite. These all are having calcium and calcium also. So they are not very good for the water softening method. But you should know what are the silicates, what are the zeolites. Zeolites are the silicates only. Okay. Now, if you see the structure, see this structure, you can see here these cavities, which this is where the cursor is right now. Okay, these cavities are having actually the sodium and potassium ion, and when you pass the hard water through it, so calcium and magnesium ion would be trapped in these cavities, these small cavities, according to their sizes, and in turn, your sodium and potassium would be released. So what I have written here, zeolites are the microporous structures composed of the aluminium, silicon, and the oxygen, right? You may have the sodium also in the form of the salt. They have the cage-like structure, which give them a large surface area for absorbing reactant molecules. So actually here adsorption is not taking place. So this slide is actually explaining the shape selective catalysis for this zeolite, but you forget about this particular part. So what I can do, I can cross that part. Okay, so what you remember this particular structure to understand the things only. Okay, and see, whenever you are doing chemistry, that means you have to deal with the reactions also. So these are the reactions. See, first actually 3 and 3, 6 reactions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first 6 reactions are actually for your softening method. Okay, so I can highlight. Okay, so change the color, point color red. Okay, so from here to here actually these processes are water softening method. Okay, and remaining two, these two are actually these two reactions are the regeneration actually. In regeneration reaction part, these two reactions would happen actually. You can see this is the sodium zeolite. This is reacting with the calcium bicarbonate, producing what? Calcium zeolite. This is your exhausted zeolite. Exhausted zeolite means which will not have the sodium ion, which will have the calcium or the magnesium ion. So when calcium bicarbonate would react, then it will form the magnesium. Say when magnesium bicarbonate would react, it will produce the magnesium zeolite. Similarly, you can see in all the reaction what is happening here. Actually, you have your zeolite is actually trapping the hardness causing ions and removing your sodium ions. That's why the treated water is having the excess sodium salts in it. So this is how the reaction goes. Okay, and these two reactions, see, once this zeolite once actually gets exhausted, so you have to regenerate it. Okay, we cannot discard it. We have to regenerate it. So for the regeneration, you can see here what we are doing. We are reacting this calcium zeolite with the brine solution, 10%, 10 to 30% NaCl. So the reverse reaction would occur and your zeolite would reproduce, which you can use again here. Okay, which you can use again here also. Similarly, this regeneration can here, which you can use here actually. So this is the regeneration part. If you go back to that slide, here you can see, okay, this is the regeneration part. The last two reactions, these two actually, the last two, they belongs to the regeneration and rest for your say hardness removal. Okay.